Hey, what's up? What's up? On my way to go meet a young lady that just got an apartment here in Monte de Amis. Alrighty, folks. So I'm here with Dana. Dana's a former police officer, retired. She just recently made this move here to Mexico. I think maybe about a year ago, actually. And I met her. This young lady lived next door to Sarah. Y'all remember Sarah? That was doing an Airbnb on top of in one of these high-rise apartments, and this was her next door neighbor. So I met her that day, and so I want to introduce y'all to Dana. Dana, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Now, where are you from? I know I said Maryland.
Well, I'm originally from Maryland, Baltimore. I left there in 2012, moved to Charleston, South Carolina for about 5 years, and the last 2 years I was in Connecticut.
Connecticut from Charleston? How did you get up?
Family. My sister lives there.
Okay, so Mexico, why is Merida your first place? Have you been to other parts of Mexico? How did you end up here? What made you think this through?
Well, I've been to other parts. Merida was not my first place. I never even heard of it until I did research back in late 2020, early 2020. Mm-hmm. And I realized, I'm like, wait, one of the safest cities in North America. And because I was a police officer in Baltimore, Maryland, one of the worst cities in the U.S., that I was looking for peace. And then I'm raising a 14-year-old son and no longer felt safe there. It's like, I'm gonna give it a try. Everyone told me about the heat, but it's okay. I can do it. I have AC.
Yeah, exactly. So when you got here, how did you feel immediately? Were you like, okay, I can stay here? Did you plan? Was it a quick move? How did all that come about?
Well, it was delayed because of the pandemic, but I still made it in February of this year.
Okay.
And I should have been here 6 months earlier, but But I felt it. As soon as I stepped off the plane, I felt it here. Like, it was peace. It was relief. Wow. I felt home. Sight unseen, I felt home. So, I'm here. This is my home.
This is it. Now, did you come sight unseen?
Yes.
So you sold everything? How did that
Okay, well, I didn't have to sell anything. I was living with my sister for 2 years because I'd sold everything before. My son and I were out on the road for about a year in our RV. From 2017 to 2018. We did that for a year. So I didn't have much. I had become a minimalist by then.
Okay.
So I didn't have much. And so we came here. We did come with a lot of stuff. It was about 9 because he has a lot of electronics and things.
Yeah.
But sight unseen. And I'll have no regrets.
Wow. So when you, all right, so I want to make sure I get this right. So when you made the decision to come, you were already a minimalist. So you didn't have a lot of stuff. You just like, we moving, we'll figure it out when we get there. Mm-hmm. And you got off the plane and you was just like, boom.
Boom.
Now, was that Airbnb you were staying in, was that the first place y'all stayed in?
Yes.
And then eventually stayed there?
I stayed in an Airbnb. I paid for it for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Found our apartment within 6 days.
Wow.
Moved in on the 8th day.
Wow.
And been there ever since until I moved. Actually, I'm not moving again until next month. But I have no regrets. I was lucky. Some people aren't as lucky, but I have a wonderful landlord. I found the place I wanted, not instantly, but it only took 6 days.
Wow. My. How old is your son?
14.
What does he think about Mexico?
He loves it.
Really?
He loves it. He's an introvert, that's just him. And he's quiet, but he's come out of his shell. He's met friends. We actually had a Kwanzaa celebration last night, and he spoke. He actually had parts, and he wanted to do it. I didn't force him. He wanted to do it. He danced. It was so much fun seeing him grow here and just feel free. Like, I feel free.
Wow.
It's like the shackles are gone. I feel free.
Oh man. So is he homeschooling or in one of the local schools?
Well, because we traveled since he was like 3 years old, I've homeschooled him for the last 9 years.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So he went to kindergarten when we were in South Carolina.
Okay.
But since then he's been homeschooled, and then for the last 2 years he's been what they call unschooled.
Okay.
where he leads, he picks what he wants to do, and he takes it and runs with it, what interests him.
Okay.
So.
I like that because we do pretty much the same thing, that unschooling method, and man, I absolutely love it.
And it's the best thing ever because there's no looking over his shoulder and badgering him to do this. When it's what he likes and what he loves, he comes to me and gives me things that I didn't even know about whatever the subject he's on.
Wow.
So it's amazing.
My. So he's doing well, so he's thriving, he's loving it, you're loving it.
I'm loving it.
What do you, so you've been here 11 months now?
Yes.
Correct. You
just about, maybe 10 months.
About 10 months. And you're just moving into another apartment.
Yes.
And she's going to show us around in a bit. Man, it's in this area, same area that I'm in.
Same area. I love this area.
What do you like about this area?
I love this area. I mean, it's super walkable. I mean, walkable is different to different people, but there's so much. My particular block here is quiet, but you walk around the corner, there's so much more. And the people are nice. Good sidewalks here, not like Central. Honestly, I hate to say it, don't put it out there. I don't like Central. But I like this area. It's just a lot to do, and I grew to like it when I was living here before. And then when the realtor found this in the same area, brand new, you know, and everything, I had to jump on it.
Wow. And you say you're saving quite a bit of money from the last place.
Yeah, moving here first, I didn't know any better. So I was paying like 22,000 pesos for 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bath condo, which is very nice. You know, you've been to New York.
Super high.
They're very nice. But I compared it to, well, in the States for a studio where I was living in Connecticut, they wanted 2,500. So this is the deal.
Yeah.
But technically, once you get here and you get acclimated to the culture and the things, you realize that's just way too much. I mean, you can live like that. People can live how they want.
Exactly.
But I just didn't want to live like that anymore. I'm like, yes, I can afford it, but why? If I don't have to.
Exactly.
And I can get something just as comfortable, save money to do more with. And that's what I'm doing.
I see that, you know, and I did the same thing. When I first got here, I moved inside of a Pravada, which is a big, you know, a small community of homes in this case, a big gate outside. Some of these places have guards and whatnot. I just wanted to feel a little extra safe because I had my girls with me. But after about 6 months, I started to realize, like, wait a minute, man, I feel like a prisoner behind these walls. There's nothing that I can walk to in this particular area. And so I started looking for another place, and I found a place. And so now with me, there's no gate. I walk right outside my house, and I have access to all this stuff, all the stores, shopping, amenities, and whatnot. How do you feel, because you're pretty much in a similar thing that I'm currently in now, where you now have accessibility, walkability, like you said, you can walk outside your door. In your case, you do have a gate, but you got a whole community right outside
the gate.
You know, so how do you, cause a lot of folks feel, and again, I don't think I would have done it differently moving here for the first time, just until I got comfortable, I guess, in the beginning. So how do you feel, and I know you're just getting here, so you say the area is very walkable, you feel safe?
Oh, most definitely. I feel safe. I've already met a few of my neighbors. Super nice, came down to introduce themselves. I actually have an American couple, lives upstairs, and then another Mexican lady, but she speaks English. And, you know, and they told me it's very quiet here, and need anything, come knock on my door, things like that already. So, and I feel safe. I can walk here, I can walk around. I've been walking around at night, and I tell people this because a lot of my friends don't understand how I could have moved here, especially my friends in law enforcement, because they believe what they see on TV about Mexico.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, how could you move there? You can't take your guns. And I'm like, I don't need my guns. I honestly feel safer here without my guns than I did in the U.S. with my guns.
Wow. Honestly,
because someone could have overpowered me and taken them and used them on me.
Yeah.
But yes, I always carried my gun, even when I was retired, because I felt I had to. I mean, for most of my adult life, I carried a gun. Wow. But I don't miss it. I honestly don't miss it. I really don't.
Woo, man, I'm loving it. How long, so what prompted you? Was there something that said, "Hey, we want to move out of the U.S.?"
Well, I've been wanting to move for some years. Mainly before, a little bit after I retired, just the cost of everything. And then in 2019, my insurance changed. So with my son and just myself, with my pension, I was paying $700 a month for health insurance, which is a lot. Yeah, but in 2019, they upped it to $1,500.
Good gracious.
Almost half of my pension. How can I live off of that? And I was staying with my sisters, which is fine. My sister's like, you can stay forever. I understand, but you want your own place sometimes. Yeah. And I'm looking at things like, what I could afford is not where I wanted to live. So then I said, you know what? I have to start looking into other things. And then the state of the violence there, raising a 14-year-old young black male, I didn't feel comfortable. We do things here that he's never done there. He gets in Ubers by himself here.
Wow.
He walks the streets by himself. He can go to the store and things like that he couldn't do, in the city. In Connecticut, where we were, it's pretty good. But then we would go to Baltimore to visit friends. Never would I ever let him even walk to the corner. Never.
Ooh. Wow.
Never.
Wow. So you feel totally safe.
Well, let me tell this about this, because people say safety. There's crime. There's crime everywhere. There's crime here. But as far as the major crimes, you feel totally safe. There aren't drive-by shootings. There aren't random carjackings and things like that. There's going to be, some burglaries, some thefts, maybe robberies, but nothing major. There's nowhere that's 100% safe. Exactly. But it's safe enough. This is the second safest city in all of North America, behind Quebec. So essentially that makes it safer than every city in the U.S. Woo. People still got to stop watching the news and listen to them. It's like they're brainwashed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You have to let that go and come see for yourself. We only can tell you because we're here, but you can experience it for yourself.
Wow. Wow. So, well, let's take a look at the place.
Around. You don't have to look at me. Let's see.
We're going to walk outside.
All right.
And check some things out.
All right. So I like it because it's quiet here. So you go up here and you have City Center, probably 3 blocks. And then you walk down here and Grand Plaza.
Grand Plaza, okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty quiet here. And I plan to get a bicycle so I can ride. And I guess, I don't know if these are bike lanes or not, but it's really nice.
Yeah.
And it's quiet, but, and of course you have the dogs barking because they just bark everywhere.
Yeah.
So I was in the high rise on the 12th floor and still heard the dogs bark. So.
Wow. I've actually gotten used to the dogs barking now.
It's like I don't hear them sometimes.
It's like you tune them out. And then, I do notice, and you'll probably notice this too, the trash man comes on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. At about the same time, all the dogs start barking at the same time. 15 minutes before the trash man gets
They know.
They know. So that becomes your alarm. Did I take the trash out?
Right.
Folks, like she said, you can go down in this direction. There's a mall, Grand Plaza. You come back. Come out here and swing a left. You're at City Center, which City Center is like another shopping plaza with shopping malls. You just ride your bicycle. I'm getting the girls some bikes as well. You say you've been without a car, so you've been here without a car for about a year.
Yeah, and I don't plan to get one.
See that?
I don't feel as I need a car. I get frustrated sometimes with Uber. They don't show up, or Didi. And I actually have my friend Horacio is my driver, and a friend of mine, I usually share him. And now he's got more clients, which is good though, because he's our friend and makes money. But usually he's always available when I need him. But if not, Uber and Didi. I don't want the responsibility anymore. I may rent sometimes here and there. People come to town, things like that, but I haven't felt the need for it.
Yeah,
especially in this area.
Exactly. Normally, if you had a car, you just roll through here and gate open up.
Mailboxes.
Oh, y'all got some covered parking and everything.
So there are 6 apartments in this building, 2 on each floor, and everyone has 2 parking spaces.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So 6 units in the entire building, and
no pets allowed. That was kind of a bummer because we were thinking about getting a dog, but then I think about it. Do I want that responsibility? I do miss having a dog. I'm a dog. We're like a dog family, but I didn't want the responsibility now.
Yeah.
Because hopefully I still want to travel more and things like that. So.
Wow. So he got some covered parking. plants out here. Man.
All the apartments, I just moved here. The one here is empty. And I think it's rented though, and they come in next month.
Okay.
So then they'll all be occupied.
Wow. It's really quiet over here.
It is quiet.
It is quiet.
And no one, there's one family with a younger child here, and the rest are older people. So my son is 14, so he doesn't make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
And I think the little boy upstairs is like maybe 10.
Okay.
So really no super small kids, no pets.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a mess. I just moved. Well, we haven't even moved in. That's Horacio.
Okay.
My friend, driver. He just helps with everything. He's made my life so much easier since I've been here.
Wow.
Takes me everywhere. I think my Spanish is pretty good, isn't it? But I take him for the big stuff, for translations. Like I have to go to Telcel, I'm getting a cell phone here, and then Telmex for the internet. So I'm going to take him, of course. I mean, he's going to take me. So, yeah.
Awesome.
So what I like about this is brand new. This building's only been here a year. This apartment, so each one is individually owned. And my landlords actually just started renovating this about 4 months ago to put it on the market. And it went on the market, I think last Friday. So I scooped it up.
Wow.
Because what I love about it is that every room, including the bathroom, have windows.
Okay.
And all the windows have mosquito nets.
Okay. Oh,
We didn't have before, so we can get fresh air here.
It's all screened in.
Even with this thing, we still get air. Screened in.
Wow.
And we didn't have that up in the high rise. You know, it was those windows you push out. They call them I forgot what they're called. But no screens in.
Okay.
So you can have them open sometimes, but you don't want the bugs. So there's ceiling fans everywhere.
Ceiling fans. Okay, 3 of them just right here in the immediate area. Wow. Okay.
And that's my mom. I scooped her up last month, told her she's moved to Mexico.
Hey, how you doing, Mom?
I'm good.
Good. What are your impressions of Mexico so far?
The weather. I love it.
You love
I totally love it.
it. Wow. Now, did you come kicking and screaming, or was it
No.
easy sale?
Easy sale.
No, it was not. No, not at first.
Not at
first. You know, I've been here like 10 and a half months. She just came last month. So not at first, but it's not me. It's not the weather. It's not any of this.
It's my grandson.
It's her grandson. It's my son.
And then it's the weather.
Her love for her grandson was stronger than her fears, so she came.
And I had 3 flights to get here.
Well, really?
First time ever in her life.
Really?
3 flights in one day for my grandson.
Wow.
That's why she's not leaving. She's not leaving.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not.
so this is it.
This is it.
Well, the fears you had initially when you got here, were they gone?
They gone.
Wow.
She thought it was as dangerous as this. And don't get me wrong, some parts are dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely.
But she knew that she knows me. She knows I
Right.
research. I wouldn't be here if I didn't feel safe.
That's
I wouldn't have
why I
my
knew.
son here if I didn't feel safe. And I wouldn't invite her down if I didn't feel safe.
Wow.
That's why I knew it was safe to come. Because when she researches for about 2 years before she make a move.
Wow.
So I knew once she said, "Mine, it's the safest city in South America." Okay. Then like I said, then my grandson,
Your grandson.
and then the heat. I love this.
You love it.
Yeah, she loves
Man, that is awesome. That is awesome.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing your experience.
No
Appreciate
problem.
it. Appreciate it.
So yeah, this is our little laundry room. I had to buy I bought that little washer.
Okay.
It's small, but it'll work.
Oh yeah, plenty of space to
Yeah, it has space for, I'll get a dryer in a couple of months.
Okay.
And I like, it'll be super humid in here once the dryer comes, so I like that there's a window.
Yep. Screened in as well.
Yes, screened in. Had to buy a fridge, no frills, but it's a fridge.
Yeah.
Keeps everything cold.
I love the cabinets you have. We don't have a lot of cabinet space and all. I like y'all got plenty of cabinet space.
Yeah, we do. I think we do have a lot of cabinets, more so. The only thing that was different here is 2 bathrooms instead of the 3.
Okay.
But, that's not a big deal. You
Yeah.
can see the big window there as well.
And they screened it. Okay, so
Yep.
you open that up as well. Yeah, absolutely.
And here's one of the bedrooms, and I love the closets on the walls.
Oh, those are nice.
I love it. And of course, ceiling fans, and of course ACs and everything.
Wow, that's a nice closet.
Yeah, I love the closet.
So these are 3-bedroom.
Yes, room's a little closed.
Okay, so this got 2 sets of windows in the room. Man, you open
This will
up
be my
those,
son's
cool.
room.
Man. And these rooms are much spacious than
Yeah,
it was in the U.S. I mean,
oh.
them bedrooms be so small back in the States. Wow, this is huge.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is huge. And then I have the bathroom here.
Man, I might have to pay somebody to come in and give us one of these.
I like it.
Wow. Wow. So 3 bedrooms, plenty of windows.
And wait a minute, the best thing that I loved when I came here and saw this, look, hammock hooks.
Okay.
Not my mom's room, she doesn't want one anyway, but my son's room and here, we're getting hammocks. I've been wanting a hammock since I moved here.
Wow. Have you used them yet?
I've used a few,
Uh-huh.
but not there. I couldn't have it in my place. Like when we go to the beach,
Yeah.
things like that. I want one.
Man, I love them things. We be fighting over them at home, and I'm like, I never would have thought that these hammocks would just. Man, I sleep better in them. My back feels better.
I'm gonna have it in my room, and I probably sleep in it more than I'll sleep in my bed.
Man, and a lot of folks, apparently many folks here, they don't even have beds. It's them hammocks. I was blown away with that.
Yeah.
You know, I love mine. I didn't know a lot of people sleep in them sideways or sit in them sideways. I thought you had to lay the long way. But man, them things are amazing. Absolutely amazing. So they already came in with the hooks and everything.
Yeah.
Hang them on the wall. We'll be fighting over them. All right, man, I need to get out my hammock. And the beauty about those hammocks, they make them in queen size and king size, so 3-4 people can get in them things together, sit down and watch TV.
No, it's just gonna be me and my hammock.
That's it. What is this here? A little space in the back?
Yeah, a little space in the back. But it gives me a good airflow from this window, that one, and the ceiling fan, and you know. I mean, we're not in the hottest months like April and May, so I don't even need my AC as much now, but it's nice to have when you do.
Exactly. And so oftentimes, y'all, many times, when you're looking at apartments, one thing to make sure you're looking for is see if there's AC in the rooms, because oftentimes the living rooms will not have AC, but the bedrooms may. Sometimes the bedrooms may not, but the master bedroom may. So just always be mindful to look and see if there is an AC in the room. So y'all were literally, so the other place y'all had was furnished.
Yes.
And so now you're starting over essentially.
I wanted to do it all ourselves. So.
There you go. And listen, folks, we did the same thing. When we first moved in our place, we just bought mattresses. That's all we needed. Then we eventually bought a sofa. Then we bought a dining room table months later. So we just took our time and put it together. So you don't have to have all this stuff right now.
No. And I don't have to be out of my other apartment until February 1st.
Okay.
So we're slowly moving it. We don't have to do everything. And I'm having my bed frames made by a local carpenter. Wow. So I'm waiting for those and other things, but slowly. So we don't have to rush.
Okay. You know, I like how you planned that. So that definitely is an option. So if you already have a place and you know you're ready to move, start doing this a month or two in advance, so that way you can just piece your stuff together and not be out of a lot of money up front trying to get all that stuff. We literally rolled right out the hotel into an empty house. I was trying to find a furnished place, but nothing was available that met our needs, and so the only thing that was available was an unfurnished place. And so we were scrambling to get some stuff. But yeah, I mean, a lot of y'all might just be coming down here on a whim, last minute, and you don't have to have everything on day one.
Definitely not.
Beds, and for us, the most important thing outside the bed was a TV. So we could just sit in the empty house and watch TV all day, we were straight.
And then our other thing was it didn't come with a refrigerator. So I made sure that was delivered today.
Okay.
So as long as you have beds, a fridge, your TVs, you're good.
You're good. That's it. Any words of wisdom or advice from your transition here for people that are just on the fence, people that are nervous, people that are scared, questioning everything, family putting thoughts in their head? Anything, last minute stuff you'd like to throw in?
First thing is do your own research. Do your own research. You can go into these Facebook groups and things like that, but you can get a million different opinions on things. Do your own research and then look into it. Then maybe ask questions about it. And as far as the naysayers, screw them. I mean, I told people, some people's like, don't tell people, and because people will, you know, try to talk you out of your dreams. I told people because I didn't care what anyone wanted me to do or what they cared. I had, you know, family members that didn't like it. They never said it to me, but it was said to other people, because my mom, at first, she wasn't on board. She wasn't. But she knows me. I'm going to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I felt it was best for my son and me, so we had to come. So don't listen to anyone. Do it for yourself. And in the worst case scenario, it doesn't work for you, because some people it doesn't work for. And they just go back.
That's the worst
The U.S. is still open. It's still open. Go back.
Wow.
But my plan is, if it didn't work, I wanted to go further somewhere else. I wanted to try other things, which I do want to travel more, but not too much on this pandemic. But I know this is home because, you know, for my mom and my son loves it, but travel more. But if I absolutely didn't like it, I still didn't want to go back to the U.S.
Wow.
I was going to try Costa Rica, Panama, Portugal. I was just going somewhere else.
There you go. And that's a good idea. So, I mean, if y'all get here and it don't work out, you know, have a couple of other places in the back of your mind. Do some research on a couple of other places just for a backup plan. And it doesn't mean you have to go back home. You can just head on to the next place. If this place doesn't work out, you know, there's a whole big world out there. So just go explore, check it out. You know, I mean, we've decided that this, for the most part, will be home and will be our home base, and we're going to continue to bounce around a bit and just make our way back here. But try it out, man. Don't let that fear hold you. And I mean, she's done it. She's here with her son. She's here with her mother, and she's kind of blazing that trail for others, man. I imagine other family members will be.
My daughter was here with us for the first month. She went back, got married, and she's coming back here with her wife.
Really?
They're coming back in 3 weeks.
To live?
To live.
Really?
In 3 weeks she'll be back. She stayed here for about 4 months or so. But she got married, went back, but they'll be back in 3 weeks. They'll be.
Did you see that coming? Did you?
I knew she was coming, things like that, but I didn't see once the marriage. I wasn't sure, but she's like, "Oh no, we're coming back. We're coming. My wife's on board. We're coming."
Wow! Impressive. Wow. Well, man, thank you for your time. I appreciate you sharing your experience.
Thank you, Cartess.
And man, I'm gonna post this up online.